Hello and welcome. The purpose of this video is to take you through Demio through the registration and the login process as an instructor to show you how to join, initiate, start the classroom, and also how to get your students to activate their microphones and also their webcams. As a student, on the other end, this video is to show you how to register for the event and how to join the event. Once you have joined the event and the instructor has allowed you to share the microphone and webcam, how to then accept that so that your microphone and webcam can then be part of the actual classroom itself. Now, during this video, it's being recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic, so I am self-isolating. So as an added audio bonus, you may hear my grandson or my kids running around in the background, so just enjoy that additional audio. So let's go ahead and begin. Now, first thing we're going to do, let me move myself out the way here. Now, as an instructor, once you log into Demio, the first thing you're going to see is your upcoming class. So here we have an upcoming class that's scheduled for 7 p.m. today. So if I want to go ahead and join the class, get the classroom prepared, I obviously want to do that ahead of the students. Then all I would need to do is go over here and click the Join Classroom button. So let's go ahead and initiate that. I'm going to join the room. Now, when I join the room, what Demio is going to do is going to recognize my built-in camera or my external camera, my built-in microphone or my external microphone. Once it is actually configured that, you're going to see that here. Now you see it's found my camera. I'm going to turn it on. So I need to make sure this is on. Need to make sure my microphone is on as well. If I wanted to play and make sure the audio is good here, I can also test connection, and you see that's green, so we're good to go. So the next thing we're going to do once we have our audio on is we're going to go ahead and join the room. So now I'm joining the room ahead of the class as the instructor. And it lets you know that your session is on standby. You actually haven't started it yet. So as an instructor, you would need to start the classroom before the registered students could actually join. So let's take a look at a couple of things. So we can see here, I already sent out a chat to the group that says, "Hello class, I am the host." If we take a look here at the top, this is going to be our communication panel. You see right now, let me just stroll up a little bit. There we go. So our communication panel for our chats. We can also do a poll. We can poll the students on different questions. And we can also send handouts as well too. So there are 3 different sections you would have to click in order to get into that particular section. Let's go ahead and erase that. Get our pointer back. Right now the chat is on public, meaning any comments that the students make, the whole class will be able to see, and the responses back to those students would also be seen by the class. If you wanted to make the communication between the students and you private, then you would be able to do that like so. Then any communication the student sends you would be private. So let's put that back to public for now. Now, if you were to send a handout, then the handout panel would show up. You would no longer see the chats. So if you wanted to go back to chat, just make sure to click back on the chat feature, like so. Another little quick tips for you here. If you wanted to enlarge, right here, enlarge the classroom, you could do that so, and reduce like so. So let's go ahead and enlarge it, right, like so. But for our case, since I'm doing a screen share with this, I'm going to put it back to normal. But in your case, I would recommend that you enlarge it. If you wanted to reduce the panel section, you could click this link here. That would reduce the panel section to give a wider view. So for right now, let's keep that there. Now, when you're ready to actually start the lesson or session, you would do so here. We won't do that yet. As our example, we don't have any attendees logged in yet. So the next step, let's make sure our attendees are logged in and ready to begin the session. So we're going to pause for 1 second as I go log in one of the attendees. Alright, I'm on the other computer. I'm one of the students, one of the attendees. I'm going to my email as it's time to register for the class, to join the class. I'm going to click on the registration link. So as a student, what's happening is it takes me to the registration page. I'm going to put in my name, so that way they know who's actually joined the session. I'm going to put in my email in which the link was sent to, so that I can then get into the class. So I'm registered. It gives me a congratulations, so it knows that I'm registered for the event. It gives me the name of the event, the date and time of the event, a direct link, or I can simply join the room. I could also add it to my calendar. So if I register for an event that's maybe a day or a week away, I could add that to my calendar, so that way I'll be reminded. Now, Demio is also going to send me a reminder based on the settings of the instructor. So that could be a day before, and 1 hour before, and 15 minutes before as well. And it can be all three. So as a student now, I'm joining the room. Now remember, the instructor has not started the session yet, so it's going to leave me in limbo until the instructor actually starts the session, but it does give me as a student a countdown so I can know when the session starts. So now I'm back as the instructor. So what I'm going to do now, I see I have one attendee that's there. I have John. I see that he's here. And now I'm ready to go ahead and start the session, so I could see who's there and who's ready for me. I'm going to start the session. It asks me if I'm ready, even though the session is starting early. I'm going to say, yes, I'm ready. And also, let me take this extra little video out the way there. We don't need that anymore. There we go. I'm going to move it out. Oh, it's stuck. Doesn't want to go. So let's go ahead and say, yes, we are ready to start early. Going to give me a countdown. So this then lets me know that I am going live, and my students will be able to see me. And on the other end, the student now knows that, hey, the session is live, and it asks the students if they're ready to join. So I'm going to move over real quick so the student can log in. So my student now gets notification that it's ready to start, and the student is going to click the Join Room button. And the student has logged in as well too. So now I want to let the student activate their microphone and their webcam. So I want to actually see the student that's there. So if I wanted to do that, I know that they're here now, so that lets me know that they are attended, that they are in the class. So if I wanted to activate or allow their webcam and microphone, I would click on that student. Let's do that again. So I would click on the student. I would allow webcam and microphone. Now what's going to happen as soon as I do that, the student themselves, they're going to get notification, and they're going to request that they allow for the microphone for the webcam. Now, when they get this notification, it's up to them to actually allow that. But you send that out, and you allow them to actually activate their microphone and their camera. So in this case, let's go ahead and start that example. So on this other computer here, I'm going to click OK as the student. So the student has allowed that. They're then going to get two bubbles, or two icons at the bottom like this. So we need to click on the microphone to activate the microphone as a student, and they would need to click here to activate the camera as a student. So let's do that for the student. And my student now is going to activate the camera. In this case, I'm going to leave the microphone off, so since these computers are side by side. So now you see the student. See, the student is actually a camera on a phone, because I'm actually recording that screen at the same time, so that way you can see. So now, as an instructor, what I've done is I've allowed that student to activate their webcam so I can see them there. If there were another student, then I could do the same thing. So we could have up to 3 webcams running at one time. If there were a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and so on, I would just disable those that I've already checked in with as an example so that the next can come. Then I will allow the next and allow the next and allow the next, like so. So that's how that process would work. But remember, when you do allow for the webcam, again, the student has to click the button to, again, accept that. Right? So let's close that out. So that gives you a walkthrough now of, as an instructor, how to actually log in, how to make sure the students are there, how to allow for their for their microphone, for their webcam, and then on the other end it shows a student how they would then register, join the class, and how they would then accept for their microphone and for their webcam to be shared and be part of that group. So hopefully this gives you a walkthrough of those features. Enjoy Demio. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out. Below this video in the comments, there's additional comments and links and tutorials that will help you further. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, when you're ready to end the session, make sure to click here.